Now the On Your Side forecast with Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval.
Well, how much sunshine can you enjoy? Well, hopefully you're enjoying what's been going on this week, because there's more to come for the rest of the week into the weekend. It will be the weekend before we get changes, and even then, I don't think we're going to see precipitation of the Treasure Valley, but we will see a change in temperature coming in. But in the meantime, there's the view from the Ford Dealers Tower camp atop the Grove Hotel. Lots of oranges and reds here in the valley, and some yellows, and crystal clear skies to continue for some time to come. So tomorrow could be an absolute carbon copy of what we had during the day today. So what about the Broncos? We're looking over Bronco Stadium here. They're not going to be playing at home this weekend. They're going to be playing as we head towards the coming weekend this Friday night, just a couple days away now. Boise State heading down to BYU. The game time Friday at 6 o'clock. Your sunset in Provo is going to be at 6:32, and so not too far after the game starts, the sun will be setting, and it'll be very similar weather to what we had last game at Boise, and it'll be very similar weather to what we have this week in Boise. So you won't be shifting too much. Mid-60s is what I expect, up to high temperatures, up to kickoff, and then cooling down, and maybe cooling down a little more rapidly at Provo. It might drop into the 40s. I might update that forecast. I'll take a look at that 9 o'clock reading, but crystal clear skies is what I expect. Beautiful weather all across the entire Northwest, with some of the warmest weather occurring just to our south and west. We're in the 70s and 80s, 76 in Reno, 69 degrees in Boise for the high temperature today. Beautiful conditions of the cooler weather to the east. In fact, it is a lot colder to the east. There's rain and snow falling in many of the Great Lakes states, but in the meantime, the west is nice, although it is cooling down now up right along the Pacific Northwest. We had warmer temperatures here, but Seattle right now only 58, low clouds and fog under high pressure, so a little bit of an inversion forming here, and the marine layers kind of trapping all that moisture in here. Bottom line, though, of the Treasure Valley, you see here, look at this. You've got jet stream to the north here, well to the north, high pressure billowing on in, and that's keeping it quite warm, likely to stay this way as we head all the way to Friday, Saturday. Then on Sunday, late Saturday night and Sunday, this high pressure will actually move to the west, what we call retrograding, going backwards. When it does, the jet stream will then drop energy straight to the south. There's energy right now that's way up, even west of the Gulf of Alaska over here, and it will come around the jet stream, and then it'll drop straight on in from north to south. That is a dry direction. There'll be some moisture with it. Might get a little snow in western Montana, eastern Idaho, some rain and snow, and Stanley in the east central mountains. Sun Valley could get some snow showers out of this as colder weather comes in with this disturbance, but that's it. I think it will stay to the east, and then high pressure will come back in for a little while as well, getting very close to the beginning of November. In fact, I think it will be into the first week of November before we flatten this ridge of high pressure and start to bring westerly winds in, and we'll have to see if that pattern holds on, because it could take some time to get lots of moisture to come in. So I think at the beginning of November, a lot of people will be biting their nails hoping that the snow will fly, because it'll be quite dry. But when it starts, of course, it can really take off, and I think that will eventually be the case. And of course, as we mentioned, I'll be talking about my forecast coming up here in the next couple of weeks, the winter forecast, but it may be kind of an open gamut. We have almost like rolling the dice to see what's going to happen this weekend, this winter. But there are signs of some snow, and I'll tell you the parts that could get that snow this winter. In the meantime, no talk of snow. Mild, clear, cool temperatures to the east, but warm and dry to the west. Here are the low clouds and fog under that ridge of high pressure along the coastline, but in the Intermountain West, it's beautiful out there. And that ridge of high pressure builds. You see it late week here like this, but then eventually this jet stream will come down north to south on Sunday and bring a slight bit of cool weather. But here's where all the storminess is right now. It has been blustery and chilly. Snow showers right on Lake Michigan this afternoon. So certainly on the cold side here, and that cold weather will continue to hang out of the east, while the west will be best if you're looking for temperatures. Look at this Treasure Valley forecast. My underside forecast for tomorrow looks almost exactly like today. Temperatures right around 68 to 70 degrees in most locations. Low temperatures, still some frost around with temperatures in the 30s, but very pleasant, and the calm winds coming back, especially later in the afternoon. Just a light breeze in the morning, and then calm winds in the afternoon. Absolutely beautiful again tomorrow late in the day. If you have plans, if you didn't make plans this evening or this afternoon, you can do that for tomorrow. You've got the same weather coming in. 20s in Long Valley, but getting into the 60s. 62 in McCall. A little bit of a temperature inversion brings warmer weather to the higher mountains that you wouldn't expect, being that we're only sitting in the upper 60s. It's still going to be in the low 60s. And Stanley hit 65 in Stanley today after going down into the teens this morning. But beautiful weather in the east central mountains continues all week. Magic Valley, same story. Light winds, enjoy the sunshine. Gooding will top about 68. We're still getting close to freezing in the Magic Valley, so there'll be some frost around. But all in all, this extended forecast is a nice one all the way into the weekend. So here are the changes. Not many. steady all the way through Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Upper 60s to near 70, lows in the upper 30s. It's Sunday. I think in the Central Mountains we could get some rain and snow showers coming in. Keep that in mind later on Sunday. In the Treasure Valley, I think we'll stay mostly sunny. Then clouds coming in around this time in the evening, down to 63. The breeze picks up and it will feel cooler, much cooler, and the wind could really whip around onto Monday, windy and chilly at 54. And how about Tuesday, only 51 for the high, so certainly colder weather, but still dry. The sunshine comes back out on Tuesday, so we're looking for snow. It's all back east. Don't have any snow in the forecast here out in the west, but today I had the opportunity to do something very special. I went down to the Ada County Highway District. They had this really cool deal there. They had a snowplow simulator. I got to go in the snowplow simulator to see what it is that the crews are doing when they plow. It's winter. It's wintertime. It was wintertime in Garden City today at ACHD, and here I am plowing the roads. I'm supposed to be on the right side of the road, by the way. And then as I got going a little bit, I started to slide a little, and
you took out that car.
That car.
That was Don's car.
Almost. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'll just put a note on the windshield and let them know that I hit. And this is what they're doing. The Idaho Transportation Department was with ACHD today, showing them and helping them train their crews to get ready. And over the next couple of weeks, actually in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to do a more detailed report on how ready is ACHD, what are they doing to prepare for the winter, which could be a very snowy winter. Plus, when you're talking about schools and sending kids off to school, the schools are doing something a little bit different this year. They're going to add something to their repertoire to try to get a good decision-making process and whether or not to cancel school. And I'll talk about that coming up.
Was it actual legit? I mean, could you
It was shaking. When you went over railroad tracks, it would shake. If you had the plow on the rumble strips, it would shake as well. So I felt it felt like it was wintertime today.
You need to stick with this, Joe.
Did you have both hands on the wheel, by the way? I was just
10 and 2.
I thought,
I was 10 and 2 for a while.
You were kind of down there, just kind of cash. That's why you probably almost hit that.
Exactly.
Coming up next, thinner, lighter, faster. That's what Apple promises in its newest iPad. Still ahead, how you can have the latest gadget before the holiday shopping season.
And in the wake of the terrible school